Hello. I don't know who wastes time on TikTok on Saturdays morning like I do, but we're here. Where are my people at? Um, First of all, no filters because, it looks like maybe there's a filter. There's some kind of filter going on, but I don't know because I don't know TikTok well enough to know what I'm doing. So, no one's here yet. Anyway, I'll post this later, but I don't understand these filters. And when I tried to do a campaign and I tried to do filters, oh my gosh, it just ruined everything. There was this weird thing going on my screen, and I'm not a fan. So I'm doing makeup anyway, so you guys can see the real me and see the transformation. Almost 40. So I cannot go without makeup anymore. I can. Obviously I love myself without makeup. I can do it. But do I prefer it? Oh, heck no. Anyway, I'm going to keep going off screen too. So, first of all, speaking of makeup, I'm pretty upset right now because I don't know if my daughter's, so it's kind of cute, kind of not. My almost 6-year-old, she likes to pack things for camping. So she'll get into all my stuff and then she'll pack a little bag. I hope she did not put my makeup in some random bag because she's at dad's right now. So I have no idea where to find it. Either that or the babysitter stole it, and that I will not be happy with, especially since she's supposed to be Christian. So, I'm not one to throw people under the bus on here. My eyes look like bloodshot, even though I'm not a stoner. Just no sleep. I'm so tired lately. Plus allergies. I have cats, even though I'm allergic to cats, because I love my cats. Hello, Gregory. Hey, everyone. Us losers on TikTok on a Saturday morning, right? Those are my people. Anyway, no life. No, I'm getting ready to do lunch with my mama. And okay, so update. Oh, first about the makeup too. I ran out of my skincare and my makeup from Young Living, which was my favorite. The skincare I still do, but I ran out. So I would do like an eye cream, a serum, then a moisturizer. But I ran out. It's expensive, but it's good stuff. So, and then they stopped doing the Savvy Minerals makeup, which I'm also super not happy about because it was like the best, most natural foundation ever. And now I don't have it. So sad about that. Okay, what I'm going to do, which is going to be weird. I'm going to put my makeup on and then I'm going to have to leave the room and wash my hands because this white sink, I'm not going to wash my hands in the sink. Plus, I have my curling iron plugged in. So, I was going to give some updates. Last time we chatted, I was doing the whole deliverance from demons thing. I do think that that really worked. My house is not scary. I'm not overwhelmed with fear and stuff. I really think that the person I had over maybe was carrying some stuff. I think she took some with her, so she's still battling some stuff. But you guys, the thing is, when you exercise or cleanse yourself and your house from demonic stuff, you have to maintain it. So it's like a daily thing to, rebuke everything in the name of Jesus and, read your Bible. Try as much as you can not to sin. We're all humans. We're all sinners. We're forgiven. But the more you cleanse your body, mind, and soul, the safer you will be. Because the devil uses that to get in and attack you. Oh my gosh. This is so embarrassing that I'm doing this with no filter right now. Hello. So, I've got a YouTube I'm trying to start called Whole Body, Mind, and Soul, because I have some guest speakers in mind that I want to talk about exercise and nutrition. I minored in nutrition in college, talk about health, and talk about keeping your body as a temple. But I also know a psychologist who's he does all the brain science stuff, so I think it'd be really cool to have him on. And some other intellectual people. And then I've got some spiritual Bible people that I wanted to come on and talk about healing your soul. So let me know what you want to learn about, what you want me to start speaking about. And I don't know what this means. Someone wants to join live as a guest. Does that mean like she'd be on the camera too? Should I do that? I don't know. People do that sometimes and it's weird. I don't know. Tell me what I'm doing because I'm new to TikTok. But I'm going to go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Hang tight. Hang with me or scroll. I don't care. You do you. Okay. I have to get water too. Hello. Why are you joining? It's so funny. I wasn't even on camera. I guess the mystery, right? So here I am. I'm back. Okay. Another thing I wanted to chat about is the reason why I'm doing TikTok, because TikTok, in my opinion, has always been pretty stupid. But the reason why I'm back on here is not to be I don't know. People on TikTok to me just seem like self-centered and just I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and to me being on TikTok just seems narcissistic. So it's just such a catch-22. It's like I want to get my story out there, want to help victims. Although we don't want to associate ourselves as victims, we want to thrive one day, right? That's the goal. Fishy face. I'll shape those jawbones and cheekbones. So, but yeah, the reason why I'm on has to do with that topic because now my daughters are experiencing some of that abuse and I need to make some stupid money because we all know in this economy you can't actually make money 9 to 5. So I'm just like, whatever, it's worth a shot. Why not? Just try to raise money. I don't know if I'll put like a GoFundMe out there. I have no idea. Just watch my stuff. I guess that's where it starts, right? If you want to help, you can like, share, comment, follow, whatever. Subscribe on my YouTube. That would help. And then hopefully I can raise some money to lawyer up and fight for them because, I mean, I'm working now, so there should be no problem getting another weekend. And I shouldn't even be putting this on social media. But at the same time, freedom of speech, so I really don't care what people think. I'm not naming names. We don't have an active case going on right now, so I think I'm safe. But yeah, sadly, they're going through it. The courts don't give a flying F. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on here, and I try not to anyway. But they don't care if kids are going through emotional, psychological, and verbal abuse, which is so freaking sad. Unfortunately, they only care if they have bruises. So, I mean, I don't know those of you who can relate out there, but sometimes the abuse that can be easily hidden is the worst kind. You know what I mean? Give me a heart or something if you agree. Give me a comment, like amen, sister. And so it's just sad. It's just really sad what they're going through, and they're not 13 yet, so they can't like make their own decisions. And even when they can, they're 4 years apart almost. So it's like one would have to leave the other one behind. That's going to be complicated. So, and if I fight him, I know he's going to like try to cut off the support. He's going to do all sorts of things. So I really need to stack some cash and have an emergency fund. It's insane, guys, what I'm going through. I don't know if you've ever had to co-parent or get a divorce from a narcissist. It's freaking insane. I don't wish it upon my worst enemy. But also, God gave me permission to get out. He was like, there are too many demons to fight here. Let me handle it. So I was like, okay, let's do this. And I did. And I have no regrets. I've never been so peaceful in my life. I just miss my babies, that just sucks. And when you're already an abuse survivor and then you have to not have your babies, it's like constant trauma mode, man. And I know some of you out there have probably gone through it. Hi, Krista. Yay, I love you. What are you doing on here? I don't even know what time it is in Arizona, but my favorite person just joined. So I was just giving a quick update. The girls are going through it emotionally, verbally, psychologically. You've been through it. You know what I'm talking about. So I just really need prayers for them. And I'm trying to be on TikTok and hopefully make some money someday, because I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's worth a try. I'll do anything for my babies. So it's been insane. So, but okay, so update on, I just had a meeting with my lawyer. Freaking $250 to talk to a lawyer. My God. For maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. I don't know. I think I'm like made her stay an hour, because it's like, dude, you were late for my meeting. I'm staying my full time. So, it's funny. You can't be late, but they can. It's just like doctors, story of my life. So, yeah, Evelyn's almost 10. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock there. Sorry. Kids are 12 or older. They usually have a choice. That's good to know. Thank you, Justin. But the other one would only be 11, 10, 9, 8. Sorry, I have to count like that because I'm that bad at math. Thank you for the hearts. So, yeah, I don't think she wants to leave little sissy behind. So I think I'm just going to have to fight for both of them. Get a kid's lawyer. There's like childhood attorneys, which, dude, I'm passionate to go back to school. I want to be a childhood attorney, because what they're doing to kids right now is not okay. And I want to fight for them. I was talking child psychologist route and being a custody evaluator, but sadly, even if you fork out $5,000 to $10,000, they don't really help. The judges don't take them seriously. They don't always get your case to win. In my case, he was totally on my side, which is great. But the judge in mediation was like, yeah, I wouldn't go through more expense and more stress and put your kids through trial. They don't always work. And I was like, oh, great. Well, that's good to know, but thanks for saving me money. So I'm thinking I'm going to go the attorney route, and I'm going to eventually be a judge, because this shit's got to change. Are you with me? Oh, that's good to know, Justin. I know my 5-year-old would say that, but at the same time, they're coaching the girls to hide everything and lie, and it's really sad. So there's only so much they'll even say to their counselors, let alone an attorney. but I'm trying. So thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the advice. Okay, so my meeting recently with this lawyer, funny thing, we've been fighting for like the last 3 years on every time he gets a Labor Day, or so this is a really complicating parenting schedule because at the time when we signed papers, I wasn't working. So I got them most weekdays, right? Makes sense he would get most weekends. Even though I don't know why we did that, because obviously I'm not going to be jobless forever. It was just because of the pandemic and all that shit. So, he got first, second, and fourth weekends. I only get third and the occasional fifth, like, because obviously there's not 5 weeks in a month every month. So, for instance, this year and like 2 years back, he had Labor Day on my 5th weekend. So, keep following. This is really confusing, but or maybe I'm in a state of confusion because he called me and triggered me and was like, I get them, because he has Wednesday night dinners too. He's like, I get them from Wednesday to Monday, and I'm like, absolutely, you don't. What do you mean? You get them for 5 days now? And he's like, well, it's Labor Day weekend. I was like, shoot, I thought it was my weekend because it was the 5th weekend. I was like, oh, that's right, I forgot. And I was like, okay, well, if I don't get my weekend, you don't get your preceding days because he gets 3 days before my weekend. Basically cancels out my weekend, but his fancy lawyer decided, well, it's too long for him to go without his kids if you have all week and then you have a weekend. I'm like, okay, what the fuck ever. So we agreed on a lot of stuff because he was not budging and I didn't want to put the kids through more hell. So, or go through more financial hell. So plus we were trying to get support from him because I wasn't working. So it was like, I feel like I had, sadly, for survival, I had to pick money last time, and I'm kicking myself a little now. Like, I don't have regrets because I needed to survive, but I do have regrets because I should have fought harder for my kids. So now it's like, I don't care about the money anymore. I'm fighting for my kids. So, but it was reassuring knowing that the lawyer said, she's like, you don't even have to fight. You probably don't even have to pay me. You could go with a cheaper free lawyer because there's no reason why a judge wouldn't give me an extra weekend now that I'm working full time too. So I never see them. I've been super emotional about it. And so she told me though, she's like, no, he doesn't get those preceding days. You didn't get a weekend. I was like, duh, that's what I was saying, right? I had to pay $250 for a lawyer to say this so he would stop being on his high horse, stop being so stubborn, and keeping me from my kids. But at that point, it was already too late. So I've already lost time. So now I'm in a battle. Are you going to give me some of your Labor Day? Are you going to give me some of your time because you took mine? What would you guys do? Would you go over and get your kids right now, or would you just let it be? I'm trying to keep the peace. I'm trying not to be a drama queen. Krista, I used to be a drama queen, not anymore. I've learned. I've grown up. But I don't know. What would you do? What would Jesus do? So there's that. Let's see, another update. And I'm not gonna throw my kids' school under the bus. I could probably get in trouble. Plus, I don't need the public knowing where my kids go to school. But I am really upset right now because this teacher, on the first or second day of school, right? No reason for her to already be pissed off at kids. What kind of teacher is this? I know she's experiencing burnout because she's been a teacher for 12 years. Find another career, dude. Start over or go work at Costco. I don't care. If you're that burnout, I understand, but don't freaking take it out on my kid. I am very mama bear protective. So she grabbed her by the arm, I guess, and kept her from going to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, hell no. First of all, you don't lay hands on my kid. That is not only illegal and unacceptable. the school could get in trouble. You could lose your teaching license, all sorts of shit, right? I could report her. But also, who the heck doesn't let kids go to the bathroom? Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, show me love and support, because this is insane. Like, what would you do? Like, we've already had talks with the teachers before because my kid, it's not ADHD or autism. We've had her evaluated. We've had me evaluated. It's definitely just a PTSD trauma response, thanks to her lovely father. But, and also, I'm not totally innocent. We did both engage in domestic violence in front of her, and it was not healthy, and she's, we messed her up because of it, and I own that. I should have just not fought back and left him a long time ago. But you live, you learn, right? So anyway, she has PTSD and trauma responses like I do, which can come out looking like neurodivergent behaviors. And so she is very spacey. She forgets. She doesn't drink water or go potty for a long time. She gets distracted. She's caught in the moment. And all of a sudden she has to go. And she literally cannot hold it. She has had accidents before, not very often at all. She's obviously too old for that. She's obviously potty trained. But she, it'll be painful for her to the point of bladder infections, right? Which is also not okay for the school to contribute to that. So we even had a doctor note before because we were like, she needs to go when she needs to go. She is prone to bladder infections. Do not tell my daughter she can't go. First of all, why do we need a doctor's note for a teacher to stop her military shit and just be like, yes, your body, your choice. You can go potty when you need to. Hello, thank you for the hearts again. But secondly, now they're asking for a new doctor note because it's a new year and it shouldn't be the case anymore. They don't this is a private school. I love my Christians. I love my Jesus. I don't always love my Christians, let's be real. Because we're paying good money for them to not take into account she's coming from a divorced home. We're not the typical Christian family. I'm not a domestic stay-at-home mom housewife like a lot of this school is. It's not normal. She's gone through trauma. They need to understand. And they're not accommodating at all. And I'm not going to be one of those moms that's accommodate my kid. My kid is perfect. No. Yes, Barb. I don't know that reference, but that sounds funny. But yeah, so first of all, let my kid go to the bathroom. Second of all, why do I need a doctor's note to have you? And third, why do I need a new doctor's note? Why can't you just honor the old one? I get kids grow up and develop and grow out of things, but she might deal with this problem her whole life because of trauma, right? It just even talking about this topic is a little triggering because it just makes me so mad. So we had a meeting with her first teacher, I think, in third grade, because she actually did have an accident and have to embarrassingly get changed in the office and wear sweatpants home. It was horrible and extra traumatizing for her. So we went through that, and the teacher was making excuses and gaslighting, and then so we got the doctor note, right? And then fourth grade, she didn't have an accident, but it happened again. The teacher wouldn't let her go to the bathroom and was a super bitch about it. B1T Charlie. And so we were like, did you look at her file? She had a doctor note last year. You need to let her go to the fucking bathroom. We did not cuss at them. Sorry, I'm working on my language. It's a whole new language I got to learn here. I'm not very righteous over here at all. So, too much talking. My throat's getting dry. Same thing happened to me in kindergarten teacher right? What the fuck? Sorry. Anyway, that happened to her in kindergarten too, and we pulled her out of school because that was a charter school. It was free. But it was supposed to be better in public. I was like, screw this. Anyway, But that was also in the pandemic when they were doing virtual online hybrid. So a teacher had to manage a classroom while being online. It was a complete disaster, so messed. So the kids would raise their hands, and the teacher's managing a screen as well. She couldn't see her hand up, like needing to go to the bathroom. It was such a mess. Also, that teacher was pregnant, and I've been pregnant, obviously. I've been there. I get it. Like, it messes with your hormones, but she was super cranky about everything. And I'm like, I just think pregnant women should not work, or with newborn babies, nursing. This society needs to change. Women should not be working through pregnancy, man. It's such a wrong thing on so many levels. Anyway, so oh my God, you poor thing. Do you have like trauma from it still? Or did you like outgrow that, or like did this stuff carry with you and like totally mess you up? Like, I always wonder, I'm wondering how our kids are going to be in a few years, after everything they've gone through. By the way, this is a nice little curl trick my hairstylist friend showed me. So you stop in the middle, curl, and then you slowly release, curl again, slowly release, curl. Pretty magical. Wedding hair all the time. Just kidding. So, anyway, off topic. So yeah, so we met with that teacher, more gaslighting, more excuses. She's like, I'm not trying to belittle your, in the meeting, it was so funny. She was like, I'm not trying invalidate your feelings around this issue. And I was like, yeah, you kind of are. Because she was just like, well, we have special times that the kids can go to the bathroom, and we have it set in our schedule to give them frequent potty breaks, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, they're in 4th fucking grade, dude. Let them go potty when they want to go potty. I don't care if it interrupts PE, if it interrupts writing. I don't care. They gotta go, man. Like, I'm an adult. Treat them like they're not freaking military soldiers. My gosh. God forbid. Okay. So then, 3rd time in a row, now I'm at the point I'm like, 3 strikes, you're out. I'm not even going to give them the pleasure of me pulling my kids out so they can get away with this anymore. We're going to fight. Because if God wants me to fight, let's be real, I'm going to like let go my ego and humble myself, because he might want me to shut up and turn the other cheek. He might want my kids to go through strict, who knows if they're supposed to learn from trauma. I don't know. It could be part of their path, but I'm hoping not, because this is the 3rd time. This is the 3rd year that they've done this. And I'm like, no, this time, if you don't do shit about it, I'm going above you. I will go to BOLI. I will go to CPS. She literally like grabbed my daughter's arm. I'm like, you don't lay hands on kids. It's like teacher 101. And as a mandatory reporter, I probably should report it, but then at the same time, I'm like, I didn't see it. So it's like hearsay. I don't know if it was hard. I don't know if it was gentle. It obviously didn't leave a mark. And it could be my daughter. Honestly, I have acknowledged, I don't like it when they say it because it's complete gaslighting, but it is possible that she's exaggerating or making up stories to get dad's attention. So that is possible. I'm going to walk and talk now because I need water and I'm done. How do I look? So, but yeah, they would get investigated. They could lose their license. I'm not messing around. These are my kids. I'm sick of it. I've given you enough chances. I'm so mad. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm so mad. So, I don't know. What would you guys do? Would you let it slide again? Would you go to BOLI, which is Bureau of Labor and Industries, and report them? Would you go to CPS and report the teacher for abuse? Would you go above the principal's head? Would you I'm thinking of going straight to the teacher. If that doesn't work, pulling a meeting with the principal. If that doesn't work, going above her head, like doing the steps, right? But I feel like we did that last year and the year before. So I'm really sick of it. And I'm going to tell them I'm sick of playing these politics. You will have consequences. You are going to pay if you screw up my daughter. She's already screwed up enough as it is. Yeah. And then, yeah, we were going to ask and clarify what exactly happened first and see if we even buy her bullshit. Give her a chance to talk and explain. I'm sure she's not even going to think anyone's going to put her on the spot because the parents love how strict she is. I'm like, no. My daughter's sensitive. I don't like strict teachers. You're there to love and nurture children, straight up. You're there to teach. You're not there to play parent. You're not there to be a super disciplinarian. You're not there to inflict more trauma onto these children. That is not your job. Go get another freaking job. And yeah, so that's another thing I'm dealing with. What else? I had more updates I wanted to share. I just can't remember. Oh my gosh, Keith's on here. I'm scrolling back now. Hi, Keith. How's the wifey? How are the kids? So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Do you guys have anything else? What would you do about the ex-husband situation, the custody battle? Oh my God, Justin, I'm scrolling back on your stuff. That is terrible that you went through that. I'm so sorry. There's no excuse for that. Absolutely. He should have gone to jail. Did they do anything about it? Guys, scroll back and look at his comments if you can. That's sad. Let's give some love to Justin, like, for real. That is terrible. Like, that's like Lifetime movie shit. He should have been in prison. Like, straight up. That's like dangerous. Like, was he a sociopath? Like, who tries to do that to their kid? That's not okay. Wow. That's not okay at all. You guys, I can't believe kids actually go through that. That actually makes me want to cry off all my makeup now. Like, that's sad. Why do people do that to innocent little beings? I just don't understand. I cannot. Like, I'm not perfect. I've lost my temper. I've yelled at my kids. Like, but seriously. So what happened, if you don't mind sharing, you don't have to, but you've already shared a lot. What happened when you were a tween or teen? It was, I'm gonna have tweens and teens soon, so I'm scared and I want to make sure I'm not messing them up. And it's so sad that kids keep it a secret too. Oh my gosh. We've got to encourage kids to have a voice. I It's funny, actually, not funny, not funny. So that's one of the battles I have is his narcissistic mother. That's where he gets it from. So he's over the top. If you met him, you would know. Keith knows him. Sorry to throw it. Don't tell him I'm telling it. Anyway. I've been with many narcissists, so I'm not naming names. It could be anybody. But with this one, he is just arrogant arrogant as all hell. Like, he's higher than God, right? Just, yeah. If you do the narcissistic, like, he scores 10 out of 10. Like, arrogant as fuck. Yeah. Anyway, so his mother is covert. So that is like the type that keeps it behind closed doors. They act really perfect on the surface, and they do a bunch of little passive aggressive side digs to manipulate and control and shame the children. And that's what they're going through a lot right now. So I've raised them to say, my body, my choice when it comes to her, like, forcing their meals until the point of feeling sick. We've actually been to the doctor and they've had stomach pains and anxiety from that and food aversion. One of them undereats, one of them overeats because of it. And they have nervousness. They can't sit down and have a meal like without anxiety. So it's sad. And then I also say my voice, my choice, because they need to stand up for themselves. They need to advocate. They need to have a voice. They need to be able to choose to be happy and stand up for themselves. And they don't like that term over there. They don't like any of the terms I train my children to say. I have a right to say no. They have safety words to get people to stop, which are not respected. Why do kids even need safety words? Like, that shouldn't even be a thing, but it is in our family. But yeah, we got to encourage kids to speak up. And I'm not talking about a toxic counseling generation of indoctrinating our children and turning them against their parents. I'm just talking about being brave and not sharing, not keeping secrets with adults. That's a big thing. By the way, if you're interested in child development, I'm one of your girls. And Keith, I am good. Thank you for asking. But yeah, we gotta encourage them to not keep secrets for adults and tell people what they're going through. I'm still reading. That's so nuts, Justin. That's so nuts. Thank you. I'm trying. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. I've made my mistakes. I tend to take my anger out on objects. The PTSD response is called intermittent explosive disorder. I'm not actually diagnosed, and it's not even something I think you can diagnose or get on medicine for or anything. But basically, you take it out in rage, like on objects. So the girls have seen me lose my shit on iPads and refrigerators and laptops, all sorts of things. It's not something to be proud of. It's very embarrassing. But I want to raise awareness to mental health, and it's all a struggle. It's something I think I've healed from mostly. Like, I have way less outbursts. It's been, I don't know, a year or two since I've had one. So I highly recommend. I see a Christian counselor now, but counseling in general can be really good. I fired my last one because she basically called me a racist. Long story, but I am definitely not. And I know that in these new terms, this new day and age, they will consider me a racist even for saying I'm not a racist, because I'm not acknowledging my conditioning and my heritage. And it's been passed on from fathers and founding fathers of racism. And because I'm white, that just makes me racist by default, I guess, but whatever. It's all bullshit. So, I was telling her about how my work, this DEI bullshit, was trying to, and they need to shut it down. Sorry.
They need to shut it down. Elon, Trump, like, come shut it down, please, because I'm done. They're not complying. They're not listening. They're trying to sneak it in there still. And it's bullshit. It's a horrible, hostile work environment to work in. And I don't want them to lose funding. I voted for them to increase funding. But if shit doesn't change, yeah, they should have consequences because they're not following his orders. An executive order is an executive order. So I think it's just, come on, people, come to Oregon, please, because it's the worst. Save us. There are normies over here, I promise. Anyway, so I was venting to her about how my work was targeting me and trying to fire me and push me out based on all this stuff because I wasn't fitting into their agenda. I was a racist. I was an anti-vaxxer. I was a Trump supporter. I was a, what else? Anti-LGBTQ, all this stuff, right? They were labeling me. This had nothing to do with my job performance. They were trying to, reprimand me for stuff that was not, it's personal. I have a right, had nothing to do with the work I do. So thank God for unions. They protected me because they knew that they had no basis to try to fire me on my personal beliefs. And also, I didn't push my beliefs on parents or children. Like, I just talked amongst staff on my break, which is totally also legal and okay, freedom of speech. And I'm not anti-LGBTQ. I actually used to have gay roommates and hung out with Darcel. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She's a famous drag queen in Portland, and she wrote a book. She died a couple years ago. And I absolutely love that community. They're fun, they're loving, they're positive. The only thing I don't like is when they push that lustful energy onto children. Drag show, kid-friendly drag shows should not be in the same sentence. That should not be a thing. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent today. Speak of my soapbox. I am on a roll. Preach, sister. So anyway, and even they will agree. A lot of that community will agree. No, that is 18 and up. That is not appropriate for you to bring that to the library or bring it to the show, kids to shows. Not okay. I don't know. Look up some videos, guys, because there's some sick stuff that was going on. So all I did is say I'm not participating. If we ever do something like that at the school or we have drag show readings from the library, I'm not doing it. And I don't expect parents to participate either. And I will be informing them that that's going on. And they're like, actually, we need to serve all parents. We're all about equity and equality or whatever. They don't even say equality anymore. We're not an equal country. And I was like, I get that's my job description to serve all families of all different races, religions, cultures, whatever. But I have a religious right and I will not comply. And I fought hard, man. It was like tooth and nail, but I'm proud of myself for doing it because I'm still here today and they're not going to mess with me and they're not going to mess with white Christian people are okay. We're not bad people. Okay. And I know that it's considered a racist comment, I guess, to be like, I have so many black friends. I have so many Mexican friends. Hispanic. Sorry. They actually sometimes prefer to be called Mexican, but okay. Just like Native Americans sometimes prefer to be called American Indian. Okay, let them call themselves what they want to call themselves. If someone makes a slip up and says, can you slow down your accent? And they use like the word accent on accident. And so just saying slow down so I can understand you, slow down your speech. Like I made one comment and they totally twisted it around. The person I was talking to wasn't even offended, but the rest of the group was. All these white people were offended, all these woke people, and said, oh, she's a racist. We need to get her fired. And then they started making up lies just to get their point across even more and win. They started making up lies. Like I said something about like, yes, we serve low income, which is great, but like, which is a fact, But like, also, have we considered like bringing in other incomes too, just to, get more enrollment, make more money, whatever, just a marketing business idea. And they took that as, I only want to serve rich kids. They straight up said that. They put words in my mouth. And I was like, wait, now I'm offended because you assume that because I'm a white chick that I'm rich or that I'm snobby. I have almost been homeless. Okay. I live in the slums of Gresham. Okay. Like, for way too much. It's so expensive to even live in the shittiest areas. I'm a single mom. I'm struggling. I'm not ever going to say I would only serve rich kids. That is not in my DNA. That is not in my ethic, moral compass. Absolutely not. And I was so mad that they would actually label me as someone like that. So I'm like, now I'm offended. Now you are targeting me. So you are racist against my lack of color, basically. Let's put it that way. So you are assuming, you are stereotyping, you are judging exactly what you tell me color, basically. Let's put it that way. So you are assuming, you are stereotyping, you are judging exactly what you tell me not to do to other people. Thank you for the hearts. This is a passionate topic for me because I've been through it. And I keep going through it because you can't work anywhere normal in this freaking, God forbid, God save us, state. Uh, DLM ones, she engaged with her chat. What are you guys talking about? I'm reading back a little bit. So anyway, so my counselor was like, I'm going to recommend the book Right Fragility. And I was like, I've read it. You're fired. I'm going to find a counselor that's more aligned with my beliefs. Thank you so much for calling your client a racist. That is not what you get paid for. I'm done. Go watch Matt Walsh's Am I Racist? It is enlightening. It is eye-opening. You're going to hate me for this. I'm probably going to lose followers. I don't care. My people will follow me. My people will come. I have faith in God. Anyway, that shit is funny. Also, What is a Woman is funny. And Ballers is freaking hilarious. So check out those movies. Because that girl that wrote White Fragility basically exploited Black people and made so much money on it. And they don't even see that. And actually, no, I take that back because I know a lot of Black people that think this Black Lives Matter bullshit is complete asinine, just nuts. It's just nuts. It's nuts. So, anyway, it is just, it's a script to keep people in oppression, keep people divided. They want us to be segregated. That's what they want because the people up top, the elites, the government, do not want us to band together and fight the system. So they want us to fight each other. It's the Civil War tactic that's worked since the beginning of ages, like time after time after time. So anyway, let's see. I'm gonna read. Sorry. My cross-eyed face? Why? That's weird. We're not on OnlyFans. We're on TikTok. But maybe to be silly. If it's a lust thing, no. But if it's silly, maybe. Did you give me if you give me some gifts, give me some points, I might do that. And I'm not looking ridiculous for nothing. Let's see. Oh, you're fine, Justin. Go to sleep. Get rest. Thanks for the follow. I'm actually gonna probably. Oh my gosh, is that Jacobson? One of my favorite people in the world is on here. He's such a good guy. You guys follow him. He's amazing. He makes meals for kids and homeless, and he's amazing. So thanks. You have a good day too. Yeah, so I'm going to sign off too. I got to get on with my day, but thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me vent. Please go check out my YouTube, Whole Body, Mind, and Soul. I'm going to download this. I'm going to try and then upload it to YouTube. So if you're already on my YouTube, that does not apply. So I'll talk to you guys later. You have a good day, Krista. I love you. I miss you. Tell Shane I've been sending him stuff. I need him to respond. We need to have another chat soon. Take care. I want to go see you guys. I don't know what your Thanksgiving plans are, but or maybe you guys come see us. I don't know what's possible, but I miss you. Okay. Love you. See you guys later. Bye.